extremely important to be prepared and know just what to do. Stay informed about the storm's path by listening to the radio or television for hurricane progress reports. Check emergency food and household supplies. Be sure you have extra batteries for your flashlights and radios. Bring in outdoor things like lawn furniture and garden tools. Anchor objects that cannot be brought inside. Secure buildings by closing and boarding up windows. Remove outside antennas and satellite dishes. Turn refrigerators and freezers to the coldest settings. Open only when absolutely necessary and close quickly. Purchase ice and store it in an ice chest. Keep drinking water in clean jugs and bottles. Clean your bathtub with bleach and fill it with water for washing and flushing, not for drinking, making sure to keep the bathroom door closed so small children cannot access the filled tub. Do not go out to videotape or take photos of the storm. Stay inside and take those pictures from where it's safe and dry. There's no harm in being overly cautious where a hurricane is concerned. It is truly better to be safe than sorry. This public service announcement has been brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the National Emergency Management Agency.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
The views and opinions expressed on this show or program are not a reflection of the Bahamas Radio Network and, as an extension, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
About love, health and wellness, transformation, yeah, we got it. Discuss your breakthroughs, national issues. This show will take you there.
Hey, thank you so much, Keishan. I don't know when this little exchange happened just now between you and Margaret Elizabeth, but it's good to have you back around the table and behind the controls. It's good to see you. I love your braids, by the way. They are gorgeous.
Thank you, darling, and I'm loving your do.
Well,
that is gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Thank you,
work
darling.
it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Red hair, don't care. And much more. Yes, listen, welcome to the conversation, everybody. It's a terrific Thursday, really, really super. An incredible show on tap for you. You see me in this wonderful coral / burnt orange get up. Well, you're going to see in a minute the ladies around the room are dressed similarly to me. And this ribbon that we have here, they each are wearing one. And we're going to tell you what that's about. And one of the ladies, in fact, she dressed just like me. We both are wearing orange, but the others are in yellow. And it's for good cause. Really, really amazing cause that happens September 12th, in fact. And you are invited. You are invited. It's a big deal. It's major. It's happening. It's fun. And then it's a lot of discussion, chats and stuff following the wonderful event that happens on September 12th. So really, really stick around and stay for that so you can hear more about that. And then a little bit later, remember last week, the guys, the guys always love. Look at Inga. Boy, Inga, them is something. Inga says, good day. Glad Keishan is back. She is grinning from here to here, Inga. She is happy to be back too. I'm not sure what's happening. She's back for one day. Inga is the MVP for the moment. She says she loves my hair. Thank you, Inga. Thank you so much. I forgot the stylist name and everything. I'll get it though. But yeah, so later in the show, last Friday, Keishan, if you remember the guys, they talked about habits no grown woman should have. And boy, did they go this in. Ladies, they took it. I'll tell you about the guys, they ain't shy. When they talk, they talk. And when they figure that they, what women shouldn't do and shouldn't be doing and how women love and how they don't love and how women feel like this, they just go on and on and on. Well, the ladies were listening and they were watching. And today the ladies are here to talk about habits no grown man should have. Now, I know you all wear different hats around the table and y'all senior civil servants and all that stuff, but who would be brave to tell me one habit they feel? Dr. King, I think it's you.
Oh, goodness.
Just one habit would you say that a grown man should not have?
A grown man should not be afraid to wash clothes or dishes.
Whoa. Wow. And you know what?
You staying single.
Oh, you can tell she's just a single chicken.
Yes,
No,
yes.
because I'll tell you, some married women, that's their thing. Their thing is, and of course we'll start this conversation after 4:30. But their thing is, listen, man, a grown man should stop leaving his dinner plate on the table
And expect the woman to take that into the kitchen.
and clean it off and wash it.
Listen, this TV, they can see us.
I know. Hi. Please don't do it.
She said, listen, when you come now, you're coming because you hear what she say. As simple as that. But listen, yeah, we're going to talk about that. So you see what I'm saying? These ladies, I like them. They look feisty. They could get into this conversation really, really good. But listen, yeah, we have a great show on tap for you today. And let me tell you about tomorrow. Tomorrow, I tell you, I think it was Nick Hebburn told me, Shenique, you have a major guest, a huge guest. He's a major celebrity, and that's all you're allowed to say. So, in order for you to see that, ladies, I know you always show us going to stop by tomorrow. Don't, that's okay, John. Only one diva could be around when the celebrity reach. Don't try come and rain on my parade. But yeah, he's going to be stopping. In fact, he's going to be hanging out here in the afternoon, and then he's going to stick around a little bit for my show, however long he wants to stick around. I'm going to see how brave he think he is when we talk about love. And when we talk about relationships, if you read the tabloids, you see he's had his fair share. And so we'll see exactly how it all works out. But it's going to be fun, super fun. You can have 2 days to tune in for great, great shows today and tomorrow, right? So welcome to the conversation, everybody. It's great to have you all tuned in. Really excited about today's show because I am playing an active role in it. I would like really to welcome the representatives from the Public Hospitals Authority, Sandilands Rehabilitation Center, and also this venture is in collaboration, of course, PHA, Sandilands Rehabilitation Center, and the Pan American Health Organization. So it's really, really quite important. I mean, what's so disturbing, and it couldn't have come at a more timely and opportune time. We've been hearing so many celebrities and just average people. And then in this country, it appears as though the number of suicides have spiked. Or spiking, and it's quite troubling when people feel as though they're at a place where it's just dark for the moment, and believe me, it's just a moment, only a moment, but sometimes I'll tell you, it's so hopeless sometimes that people just feel, why bother to go further?
Yeah.
And so this is what this group is raising attention to and awareness of, and we're going to hear exactly how it's all going to happen on September 12th. But first, let's go around the table and meet everybody and say hello. Welcome to the conversation. Introduce yourself to us officially and tell us about who you are.
I'm Dr. Tracy King, clinical psychologist at Sandilands Rehabilitation Center.
I am Betsy Henfield Duvalier, the Assistant Director of Communications at Sandilands Rehabilitation Center.
I am Ruth Aubrey, Hospital Administrator at the Sandilands Rehabilitation Center.
Okay, awesome. And of course, the other two ladies over there, I see they have this. Just wave. Just wave, ladies. Absolutely, yes. Good. So listen now. Ruth, if you can just pull that mic to you a little closer. Yes, awesome. And so suicide prevention movie night. This is something a little different.
Yes.
It's not the usual, we having suicide prevention month and nobody checking to show up and stuff. You're really kind of making it something that people can watch and look at and learn from, perhaps the storyline, very enriching. Talk about what this suicide prevention movie night is all about and the movie that's going to be shown and the whole idea behind it.
Well, mental health in general has a stigma attached to it. And so in order to have this conversation, we thought to take it out of the typical box and to bring it into the community where persons will be more likely to want to talk about something like this with the movie night. Right. And this movie helps us to see within the journey of someone who was struggling with suicide, who attempted suicide but actually survived. And so it takes us through that particular journey from the beginning, the middle, and at the end as they try to heal from the event, as well as the family and friends. And by watching this movie, it helps us to kind of gain a better insight in what a person who is struggling with suicide goes through, but it also allows us to start that conversation.
Very, very interesting.
And also about the movie, the thing is, the director of the movie, her father and brother actually committed suicide. So she was left with that.
In real life.
In real life. So she was left with that pain and many questions about why they actually did it and why we have actually asked to partner with you on the conversation, because in the toolkit for the movie, at the end, she says, let's start the conversation about suicide prevention, because she realizes that persons do not want to talk about it. Persons don't want to talk about what they're going through, why they actually commit suicide, and then persons after the actual suicide is done, the relatives don't want to talk about it.
Oh, really?
And many persons actually carry that pain because they don't want to talk about it. And then there are some situations where in many cases, suicide is not really labeled. It goes as a murder. So people have that little imbalance. Yeah, they have that little imbalance. The relatives might know exactly what happened, but because they're given that label, it's a murder or an accident, they still feel a little more comfortable knowing, oh, the community doesn't know that my family member committed suicide.
Now
but then they still live with that pain.
They live with that because they know, and there's
Yeah.
no shame to it. The biggest shame is not seeking help.
Right.
The biggest shame is, and I'm a proponent of, I think I started perhaps coming up on 2 years ago, if not 2 years ago, talking about on this platform that there is no shame in each of us, and I'm sure everybody around this table can say that they have a, do you have a hospital administrator, do you have a therapist? Do you have somebody you speak to occasionally or regularly?
Yes, I do, because I feel as though, although I see myself as being mentally healthy, sometimes I do need assistance in that regard, and I take opportunity of persons who I can trust to do so.
So you see that, it is no shame in whether it's once a year, quarterly, daily, however you need that, seeking the help. And sometimes you just need to talk, get it all out, because when it builds and builds and builds, that's the issue.
Right.
And sometimes you don't need to go to a professional. Sometimes just having a friend that you can kind of vent to get things off your chest. When you need a professional is when you're really struggling, and you find yourself, well, maybe talking to my friend isn't helping. I'm definitely experiencing some depression, some anxiety, and just talking about it, I need to go and see a professional.
And I think, too, in the Bahamas, because there's stigma attached to mental illness, and because most persons connect suicide with mental illness, and we're now discovering that it is a lot of persons who have committed suicide were not diagnosed as having a mental illness, it causes persons not to want to talk about it, because they want to hold on to the fact that if I say I'm having a problem and it is somehow diagnosed as mental illness, then I'm going to have a stigma. And persons in the Bahamas are reluctant to access treatment for mental illness. We're trying to get persons to the point where they recognize that mental illness is just another medical condition, just like any other diabetes, hypertension, and it's the same follow through for the treatment regime.
And the thing is, there is no shame to it.
No.
There is the stigma should be removed.
Right.
And you're going to let Pookie down the street have you shame in the corner while you're suffering.
Who also has some problems.
Who also has problems. Thanks.
You understand?
Who also has problems.
And probably deeper than yours.
Exactly.
Okay.
So what you're going to do, the thing is, and so it's a wonderful thing. It's a great conversation. I would love to even have it more about, when it's time, and then don't wait till it's time.
Right.
Don't wait.
Don't. I mean, seek whether, like you say, whether it's a friend, a pastor, an advisor, talk it through, talk it out, a professional, talk it through, a trusted person, because boy, in this country, when this one or the next one. But the thing about it is, it's important to get it out. Now, what are some of the things that people can say, you know what? It's very simple, but starting from there, that they need to begin talking to somebody, whether it's a casual conversation or to the level of a professional.
But the conversation needs to start. And I'm happy you mentioned the pastors, because research has shown that 40% of persons who are diagnosed with mental illness usually check their pastors or some person in the Christian community first. So it would be good if pastors, church leaders, counselors in the Christian community would actually attend the movie so that they can see what the conversation is, and it would help them to actually start the conversation with persons who approach them for help.
Because, we can all play a role in suicide prevention. We are all human and we all experience different emotions and different events. And just because we struggle a little bit doesn't mean that we're weak. It just means that we're human.
And sometimes it's just being overwhelmed.
Yes.
See, it can come on in many things. You don't have to be outright, oh, this person has some mental condition. You could just be super overwhelmed with stress and life and job commitments and work commitments and you just a lot of things coming at you at once that it becomes something that causes anxiety and that kind of thing. That even in that, seek help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Seek someone to talk to.
But a lot of people feel that they should be able to handle everything
On their own.
Particularly men. Speak to men.
Well, you know, society says that men should be the strong person and that when they find themselves struggling, they can't deal with it because that means that they're weak. And I always say mental illness or struggling with emotional, psychological problems is not a weakness. We're human beings and we feel things and we experience things. But the problem that we have is when we do experience those things, we think that we're less than and we don't want to go and seek that help. And that is when things build up and you get to the point of maybe wanting to harm yourself. And we're trying to get people to recognize that if you are struggling, it's not being weak. It's just being strong to go and seek that help to say, look, I'm struggling and I need some help.
But you know, speaking to men and referring to your colleague, Paul Fernando, recently, and it was out in the public, so I guess I can speak.
Yeah, he put it out there.
Yes, he spoke about his struggles with hypertension, and he was non-compliant with his medication, and eventually he became ill. So it's just like everything else. Men usually feel they can handle things. Some may approach treatment, but they don't want to be compliant with it because there's this persona that, oh, I am so weak.
It's almost admitting to whatever the thing is.
Exactly. Right. So for that reason, they prefer not to seek help or allow persons to know that they are actually struggling with something in a particular area of their lives.
And see, that's the silliest thing. Men in particular, I guess, have that issue. Women as well. Or you want to put on this, this wonderful facade as though I have it all together.
Right.
No, you don't.
No.
And he admitted, listen, I was not taking medication, doing what it is I needed to do. I was being irresponsible. Look where that got me.
Exactly.
And of course, lifestyle habits and that kind of thing as well. Meaning what's at the end of the fork. That's important as well. That I talk about very often on the show. Now, we're gonna talk about what these ribbons stand for and also the movie night that's coming up, because everyone that's listening and watching, you can assist, participate, and learn more by a wonderful, wonderful event that's happening on September 12th. Let's get to the message before we take a first break this afternoon. So here we have Colette says, hello everyone. Based on my observation, a big issue is who do you talk to? I recently relocated to a family island where everyone knows everyone. Nobody wants to go to the clinic. It's just too small. Maybe the country needs an anonymous online platform. True. Something like AA online. Excuses. Sure, of course, Colette. Colette makes a great point. You move to a small community, even Nassau is small, but you move to a family island and you want to go and perhaps speak with whoever the medical professional is and to act as a therapist or counselor for you. And the minute you leave and say, okay, thanks. They on the phone. Well, girl, guess what? No
confidentiality.
No confidentiality is happening here. And so how do we deal with that?
Well, I understand what Colette is saying, and there should be that degree of confidentiality that gives persons that assurance that this is someone I can trust. I still feel, and I sit on the fence with this, I still feel if you really need help, you just go and get the help, and it shouldn't matter once it's going to be effective and it's going to make you better after a while. And I think a lot of persons too miss out on help because they wonder what's going to happen at the end other than me feeling better. Will someone else know what I talked about and all of that? And I think if we really want help, we have to put that aside sometimes and just go and seek the help.
So don't mind the fact that somebody else may know your business. The point is go out there and get the help that you need.
That's what I think.
And then,
I think it's easy said than done because
I know.
people are so aware of, who know them and what is being said. And that's our culture in such a small country. And it's something we need to go work with online, or we need to develop a new way of dealing with it, because persons are really, really not in denial. They don't want to be seen as that person, who has a mental or some issues in that regard.
Absolutely. Here is a text. Here is a message from the live feed on social media. And by the way, thank you so much, Facebook audience. Nina says, depression is real. Sometimes subconsciously you may be depressed and not even know it. Mm-hmm. So being able to talk to someone is the best thing, because keeping it in will only hurt you in the end. And see, that is the sort of periodic talking to a professional. And if you have to, and Nina, you're right, if you have to pay, because I don't know, maybe if you go to Susie down the street, as I think Colette talked about, it may get out. If you have to pay somebody, maybe the line of being very discreet and that client doctor-patient confidentiality remains intact. But the thing is, seek someone out, because depression is real, and sometimes there are symptoms and sometimes they're not. You just feel a little blah.
You feel a little blah, or you're in, as she said, subconsciously. Maybe it's hard for you to even acknowledge that you're struggling. But I agree that, depending on where it is, you have to consider the confidentiality, but you also want to get better. So which one are you going to say and suffer and be silent, or are you going to go and get that help despite knowing that your information will be out there?
Very interesting. Listen, when we come back, we're going to talk about this ribbon here that I am wearing and that all the ladies are wearing. And we're also going to talk about what happens on September 12th. This is The Conversation. Stay exactly where you are. We're going to take a first break and come back with more after this.
Let's talk about love, health and wellness, transformation, yeah, we got it.
G&M Appliances on Robinson Road has all your air conditioning needs this summer, like the Comfort Star 9000 and 12,000 BTU 13 SEER for just $3.99. Or how about the Comfort Star 18,000 BTU just $5.99? Or how about the Comfort Star 24,000 or 36,000 at the lowest prices possible? We also carry a large selection of air conditioning parts such as fans, compressors, filters, capacitors, or any part you may need. So, call today at 328-2083. We're located on Robinson Road.
James Aubrey. Now that Bahamas residents can fly or cruise free to the family islands, what are your summer vacation plans?
I'm going to Abaco.
And there is no better time than now with the 2 Fly or Cruise Free promotion, where all residents of the Bahamas can fly or cruise free to the family islands from Nassau. Refresh, reconnect, and unwind in the family islands. For details, go to bahamasresidents.com and fly or cruise free to the family islands today.
Hey, have you heard? ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Whether you're on the move or just kicking back. Miss something on the news? It's there. Want to keep up with a live update? It's there. Or just want to listen to your favorite station? It's there too. Download the app now from the App Store and Google Play Store.
When a hurricane watch or warning has been issued, it's extremely important to be prepared and know just what to do. Stay informed about the storm's path by listening to the radio or television for hurricane progress reports. Check emergency food and household supplies. Be sure you have extra batteries for your flashlights and radios. Bring in outdoor things like lawn furniture and garden tools. Anchor objects that cannot be brought inside. Secure buildings by closing and boarding up windows. Remove outside antennas and satellite dishes. Turn refrigerators and freezers to the coldest settings. Open only when absolutely necessary and close quickly. Purchase ice and store it in an ice chest. Keep drinking water in clean jugs and bottles. Clean your bathtub with bleach and fill it with water for washing and flushing, not for drinking, making sure to keep the bathroom door closed so small children cannot access the filled tub. Do not go out to videotape or take photos of the storm. Stay inside and take those pictures from where it's safe and dry. There's no harm in being overly cautious where a hurricane is concerned. It is truly better to be safe than sorry. This public service announcement has been brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the National Emergency Management Agency.
We play just like your kids. We text just like your kids. We learn. We even cook. We take selfies. We have hobbies. And we love sports. In every way, we are just like everyone else and enjoy the same things and live our lives every day, just like you do. So if you happen to meet us, treat us just like everyone else. Because at the end of the day, we're just like you. Living life with Down syndrome is simply living. To learn more about Down syndrome, call 727-2105. This message is brought to you by the Grand Bahama Down Syndrome Society.
Conversation, you need a little conversation. We can go far with the conversation. Here with Shenique on the conversation, yeah. Here with Shenique on the conversation, yeah. Here with Shenique on the conversation, yeah.
We're talking about you, girl. They're loving the song. Super. Colette, in fact, Colette, yes, you make a great point. Nina says, don't worry about other people. And this is key right here, everybody. Your life will spiral out of control, and the help will make you realize that you are normal. And Nina, you're right. You're normal. So many people, I'm talking from professionals. The doctor herself has her therapist. And if you're sensible, you see, there's no shame to it. And so the most powerful man or woman has somebody they talk to. A therapist, a trusted advisor, a religious advisor, somebody in their lives that they talk to. You know, who's not going to go and abuse that trust either and abuse that. And so listen, let's talk about these beautiful ribbons that we have here. What is it all about?
So yellow and orange are the colors of the International Suicide Prevention. And they represent the colors of a flame of a candle. And that is an indication of hope, because most persons that are suicidal are actually feeling in a very dark place, hopeless. And a candle shows that there is light, that there is a possibility for hope in your life to change. And so with the ribbons, it brings that kind of message with it.
And I love the brightness of it, the nice bright colors. And that, I'll tell you, you know, and begin where you are now by telling yourself stuff and having you hear yourself tell yourself, you're okay. Today is going to be a great day. I am healthy. I am this. I am the next thing. My mind operates perfectly. Like those things, just those simple little habits. And again, get out there and begin to generate hope in your own life. And by reaching out to a professional like Dr. King, it's really important.
And it's important to kind of reach out to each other. This year, the theme is working together to prevent suicide, which indicates that we all can play a role in preventing suicide. So if you see someone out there that isn't looking like they're doing okay, stop and ask them, how are you doing? What's going on? Check in with them. If you haven't heard from a friend or a family member, hey, how you been? I haven't talked to you in a while. Is everything okay? Because that gives an indication that, hey, you know, maybe Miss DeVio over here is struggling, and I'm asking her, how are you doing? She'll be like, well, I'm not doing well. So that gives me the opening to say, well, why aren't you doing well? And that person will feel connected that, hey, she's actually checking in on me. She's actually caring about what is happening. Is checking on what's happening in my life, is willing to listen. And that, if the person is suicidal, is saying, you know, I care about you. You're connected to someone. You're not as isolated as you feel.
Wow. Nina says, she kind of saying exactly what you said. She says she found a counselor abroad that she talks to, and she also friends that she vents to as well. You know, you will always come across negative people in life. Brush it off and move on. Don't even take it in.
That's right.
Don't take it. You know what? You know what impressed me and stood out for me, ladies? I think it was last year. Could have been even 2 years ago. I was at home and Joel Osteen was on. Of course, you know, he's the pastor of Hope.
Yes.
And but he said this, and it's stuck with me since then. You do not have to participate in every conversation that comes your way. You don't have to watch every newscast that comes your way. You don't have to read every newspaper and article that comes your way. You don't have to pick up and or entertain every phone call that comes your way. Going back to what Nina says, when it's heavy and negative and it's just you could feel it pulling you in the opposite, cut it.
Yeah.
Don't no apologies. Hey,
Right.
Can't. I don't want to hear the rest of this or whatever it is. But it's just for your own, guarding your own heart.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. So what happens on September 12th?
September 12th is the movie night, and we're going to be
Awesome.
showing.
I'm excited about this.
We're going to be showing a wonderful documentary talking about suicide and ways to prevent it, and we're looking forward to talking about just the movie itself and talking about suicide prevention and starting the conversation.
Well, after the movie is shown first, and at the end of the movie, that's when you, Shenique, will actually facilitate the the conversation about suicide prevention. And during that section, we have 3 facilitators or persons on the panel who will answer the questions of the audience. Dr. King is one, Dr. Nelson Clark, former chief psychiatrist at Sandilands and now the medical advisor for Public Hospitals Authority. Father Stephen Davies. The 3 persons who will actually make up the panel for the discussion and will answer the questions.
So where is this happening? Where is this going to be happening?
On Dr. Kevin Thompson from PAHO and PHA.
Awesome,
Right.
awesome. So where is this movie going to be seen? How can people begin planning now? Because you guys are going to come back, ladies.
Yes.
Right.
And you're going to talk more about this and this movie night that's happening. Everybody, please, who is watching, the movie is in 3 hours, you know.
No, it's only 1 hour.
Yeah, it's a 1 hour movie. And after that, you know, I hope they supply the popcorn and stuff. You know,
Galleria will definitely
Gallerias will, will hook us up. I mean, I may even sneak in a hot dog. Haven't had one in years. But what I'm saying is just come out. Make it a family event.
Right.
Make it a family evening. Come out, watch the movie that is not very long. And then also because you need to understand and hear and identify the signs yourself and even get your own mind where it should be. Here is Miranda. Miranda says the mind is a serious thing to train, and we can train our minds. So many people have been betrayed by people who they trust with their issues, so they stop talking. Others are just going through the motion and just faking it. I think a lot of the problem is that people are afraid of being judged. But I have always made it a point in life to master my thoughts and myself. I love your discipline, Amanda. That's amazing. We all aspire to that. Our environment is also important to our mental health. Absolutely. Absolutely. Nina says, I love this show today. Someone needs this show. Please seek help. I agree with you. I totally agree. Miranda says, and now that so much information is leaked and posted on social media.
True.
That whole bullying, that social bullying and shaming.
Shaming.
You know?
Yeah.
Shaming. And so, listen, once again, this is, someone needs this, but I'll tell you, even more importantly or equally as important, September 12th. September 12th at the Galleria Cinemas
for $5.
This is at Marathon, yes. Galleria Cinemas at Marathon, only $5. It starts at 6:30 on September 12th, 6:30 p.m. The hour-long movie that will be shown, and then after a panel discussion where the conversation will be had about suicide with a number of experts around the table.
Right. Yes. And we ask them also to wear their yellow and orange.
So
after today, you can just put that away.
Well, I can push. I can try.
Yeah.
I can wash this. I can wash this and put. Febreze something because you don't gotta wash every time.
No, right.
Put that up here. Nina says students should see the movie. I hope that they have some arrangement for schools to come through, but say students should see it. I agree. I agree because it's
I think we're going to have to make some arrangements for other groups afterwards, but we want to get the conversation started.
Yes, great idea, ladies. Oh, absolutely. Miranda joined in and said the same thing. Great idea, ladies. Listen, thank you all so much.
Thank you for having us.
A final comment, please, the three of you.
I am grateful to be on the show to be able to talk about suicide and mental health. I look forward to seeing persons at movie night. And for those professionals out there, we do have a symposium on the 10th at Church of God Auditorium on Joe Farrington Road, starting at 8:30, to help you prepare and identify what the warning signs are for suicide and what the steps may be if you find someone that you've interacted with who's suicidal.
I just want to throw out a special invitation to the church community in particular to attend the movie night so that you can learn how to get the conversation started about suicide prevention, because you are the persons that persons would actually come to first for counsel and guidance.
I'm so excited about the movie night, and I hope you are as well. I'm just looking forward to just being there, and you, the audience, please support us. We need you at this special time because we want to get the word out. We just want to make sure everybody is aware and we see the results.
Yes, absolutely. And the final word in this segment will go to Feline. She says, I love this topic, proper self-care. Let me tell you guys about self-care. Self-care is bae. It trumps everything else. And when you give time for self, follow me on YouTube, Shenique Miller. Follow me on YouTube and my other social media platforms, especially Instagram. I talk about self-care very, very often. Self-care, various forms of it, what you can do to have it for yourself and put it into place for yourself. Self-care, I love it, Feline. I love this topic. Yes, self-care, proper self-care is very important to overcome the social ill. Totally. Hello to you, Central Florida. Thank you so much for tuning in. Absolutely. Listen, when we come back, though, we're going to shift gears because when we come back, we're going to talk about Central Florida. Listen to this. Habits no grown man should have. The ladies here around the table, you see them here, they nice, but they started the show by saying no grown man should leave his dinner plate at the dinner table and look around to say, well, you know, I finished, what you doing? No, pick that up and go, excuse me.
And pick up your clothes too.
Oh, that sounds like a married woman thing.
Used to be.
I talked to, oh dang, she said, listen, because I tell you, the married woman I spoke to, Keyshawn, about today's show, that the two top ideas right there. They said, go take your dinner table and put it in the kitchen. You even got to wash it. Just clean it out, put it in the sink. And number two, pick up your doggone clothes like shoots. What you think it says?
No maid around.
Oh, Lord, these ladies. Stay exactly where you are. The conversation comes back right after this.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
When you need a little motivation, life is better on the conversation. Tune into the conversation. I need a little conversation.
At Miden's Wholesale, the concept is simple. The more you buy, the more you save. Yes, the more you buy, the more you save. This means that at Miden's Wholesale, when you buy in the same group 3 products, you get 15% off, 6 products, 20% off, and 12 products or more, 33% off. Miden's provides you with the largest selection of pantyhose, socks, t-shirts, school supplies, underwear, and much, much more. You can also sign up to be a reseller of BTC and Digicel top-up and to save 33% on your purchase at Miden's Wholesale. We also ship to the Family Islands, and that's not all, because when you shop at Miden's, you can pay your utility bills, send MoneyGram, RIA transfer, and purchase tickets from Sky Bahamas and Western Air. So visit Miden's Wholesale today at any of 3 locations, East Street South, Robinson Road, or Lower Bogey, Luthra. Call 325-4434 or 676-4435.
The Saffir-Simpson Hurricane Wind Scale was developed in 1971 by civil engineer Herbert Saffir and meteorologist Robert Simpson, who was the director of the U.S. National Hurricane Center. It was introduced to the public in 1973 and began to be widely used a year later. Inspired by the Richter scale that measures earthquakes, The Saffir-Simpson scale was divided into 5 categories. Originally, the Saffir-Simpson scale also included predicted barometric pressures associated with the various wind speeds, as well as the relative kinds of damage that could be anticipated. However, because those predictions were found to be very inaccurate, just a few years ago, the warning system was changed to include only the wind speeds, which were also adjusted upwards in the higher categories. A Category 1 hurricane has wind speeds between 74 and 95 miles per hour. A Category 2, 96 to 110 miles per hour. A Cat 3, 111 to 129 miles per hour. A Cat 4, 130 to 156 miles per hour, and a Category 5 hurricane will have winds from 157 miles per hour and up. This public service announcement has been brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the National Emergency Agency.
.1540 AM, 104.5 FM plays all the Bahamian hits. All the hits, one station. The Bahamas is moving to the music. Music that makes you feel good.
The scent of your skin is intoxicating.
Home of the #1 Bahamian music beat, 1540 AM, 104.5 FM, the People Station.
G&M Appliances on Robinson Road has all your air conditioning needs this summer, like the Comfort Star 9000 and 12,000 BTU 13 SEER for just $3.99. Or how about the Comfort Star 18,000 BTU just $5.99? Or how about the Comfort Star 24,000 or 36,000 at the lowest prices possible? We also carry a large selection of air conditioning parts such as fans, compressors, filters, capacitors, or any part you may need. So, call today at 328-2083. We're located on Robinson Road.
Meanwhile, Bahamian Shenique Miller-Ubu broke a 16-year-old Commonwealth Games record as she clinched gold in the women's 200 meters final.
Hi, I'm Stuart Cove, and for many years I've taken pride in introducing young Bahamians and international visitors to the wonders of our Bahamian underwater world. Our marine ecosystem helps to keep our tourism industry and fisheries sector healthy and lucrative. We must all do our part in protecting it for future generations. And that is why I ensure our staff and customers are taught about the importance of coral reefs. I do this and more to protect our underwater life because I care. Do you?
The views and opinions expressed on this show or program are not a reflection of the Bahamas Radio Network and, as an extension, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
It's about that time. I'm gonna tell you what's on my mind. I'm fed up with you not being here with me. When you know love is all I need, I don't wanna stay.
Yes, thank you, Keyshawn. Listen, Keyshawn, the ladies say, my Lord, Keyshawn is back. Lord, this song, this
it's good
music.
to be back for this day, Shenique.
Yes, Odaz is just letting me be great. That's all. I just love it. I just love it. Yes. Cherie, as a married woman, I'm gonna let you start this off. But thank you very much. Hey, Michael, how are you doing? Thanks for watching. Hey, Monique in Chicago, thanks for watching. And you, Lauren. Hello, Lauren. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching. Guys, listen, Miranda got it. Miranda says, no grown man should expect for someone to clean up after him. And I y'all say, but y'all say y'all want husband though. Y'all want husband and want make these man happy and want these man marry y'all, and all of a sudden now y'all saying go wash your own plate, yeah? Like what the issue is with that?
Oh my goodness.
I don't quite get it. Ladies, welcome to the conversation. It's wonderful to have you all around the table.
Yes, good to be here.
We will start from the lady just furthest away from me. Introduce yourself, please, and tell us.
My name is Kizzy. And I'm glad to be here today to share with these beautiful ladies around the table. They just inspire me. I love all of them. Thank you, ladies, for allowing me to grace your presence.
And hello, Bahamas. This is Cherie, and just, a week and a half from my vacation, but I am feeling great, and it's great to be here in the presence of all of you greatness.
Yes. Oh, a week and a half?
Yeah, I only have a week and a half to go.
That you two. Yes. Y'all gonna cause me. Y'all gonna cause me to make this show about this here. Yes. No, cause this here right here is everything.
Yes.
Praise them. Yes. Praise them. Eldika, you have a week and a half as well left.
I have a week and a half left. Yes. Just came back off of vacay, but I'm here. Aldika is here.
Yes, absolutely. Both those ladies are teachers, by the way, and so that's when you hear them doing the countdown, a week and a half, and so they're like, but yeah. And so welcome, Odaz. I love your hair as well.
Oh, why, thank you. I love yours.
Why, thank you.
You see that? We could do this all day.
All day.
Yeah, yours is pretty. I love yours too.
We like Keyshawn, but that hair down to her waist.
Oh, yeah.
We love it. Yeah.
Very ahead in beauty and wealth.
Oh, I used that yesterday, in fact. Ahead in beauty and wealth.
Good stuff.
Yes,
Hi, everyone. Odaz here. Oh, it's awesome to be here. And this is like full table. I can't wait to get into it because we had like a little warm up, so we ready to go.
Good warm up.
Yeah. In the blue/green room.
Yes.
But ladies, I'll tell you this. I was speaking with some ladies who are all married. It's so funny. Who are all married, and just like my first guests started, they were saying that I was wondering where Kizzy was. You know how Maurad.
Kizzy and Odaz.
Listen to me. Listen. Kizzy and Odaz is. They're Maurad. Listen, Lord, Odaz and Kizzy, the people waiting on the altar thing.
Apparently so.
They waiting. So the married women say, because I can see it's one married woman here, so I can see what the majority single have to say, because it's different. But the married women feel this way. And Cherie, I know you will jump in first when I read these. Their thing is, what no grown man should be doing about now is throwing their clothes on the floor. Cherie, pull the mic to you. See, and I know I don't like you know an Lord. No, Leslie. Hi, Leslie. How you doing? Cherie, do you concur?
No, I don't.
Cherie, you don't have to be pretending now.
No, there are a lot of men who do throw their clothes on the floor. As a matter of fact, there are some men that come in the door, start taking off the clothes, and just dropping them
right at the door,
straight into the bed. That is a no-no.
What do you mean going straight into the bed?
Jumping straight into the bed and getting ready to take a nap. You're coming home from work. You're dirty. Yeah. But I must say, I'm so sorry to say for some of you who husbands do that, but mine don't. Mine pick up his clothes.
He don't start shedding from the door anyways.
He doesn't. No. So I don't have that issue. Okay?
Is that something you created, or did he naturally?
No, that's just something that's natural to him.
Oh.
He came trained.
So like she gave him an application form. Do you drop clothes? Take yes or no.
Also, hold on. Also, the ladies, what they need to do was have an application form.
Clearly, because it sounds like that's what she did.
And if there are some men who do that, I would say move the bin. The clothes bin to the door.
They don't like that. They want the place nice and clean. So you're saying since you like to shed right there, then the dirty clothes hampers right to the door. I like Cherie, that's smart.
Now what I don't like, this is what I don't like. I don't like if I've made meal. Everything's done. You've eaten, and you leave that plate there. Take your plate in the kitchen. Okay?
Does your husband do that?
He does take his plate in the kitchen, and yes, like you have to communicate that to them. Look, this is what I would like. Now there are still some.
Is your husband? Hold on though. But see, your husband sound like he's the intelligent kind. Because
he need a hotline.
And that's very rare.
Because you see, you could say that till you blew in this room.
Yes.
Some men will not.
There are some.
So the thing is for you to be like, Leslie, if you know what, I hate to start for calling your name out there like that, hon. Can you please not leave your dinner plate on the table? Can you please take it in the kitchen? Whether you wash it or not is a different thing, but please remove it from the dinner table. And for him to do that, and now that's his habit, that is rare for a lot of women.
It is. It is.
He probably was trained that way.
He was trained that way.
Another thing.
All right. And leaving plates. If you're gonna eat something in the bedroom, and then you're gonna put it in the bathroom. No, take it back in the kitchen.
But you're gonna do what?
All right.
What'd you say just now? Put what?
No, because you're tired. You eat your food, and then you're gonna put it in the bathroom because it's closer, and you don't want to walk all the way to the kitchen. No. Take it in there.
Oh my God, are you serious?
All right.
No.
But guess what?
They need the dog whisperer. The husband whisperer.
Yeah. But you have to communicate these things, and in time they will form new habits if they care about what it is, because you have pet peeves. All right. So if they're interested in making you happy, trust me, they will form new habits.
But you don't think that putting your clothes on the ground is nasty?
A lot of people
come
don't.
on. I mean, like. Do I really have to go through this conversation with you?
Okay.
Like, come on, like you ain't,
I'll tell you what
seriously.
I believe. Understand what a man has in mind, guys.
Jesus.
A man in his mind has that he's the king of this castle.
Not only that, some of their mothers have brought them up that way.
Yes.
Okay?
To leave this is a training problem. You having a training.
I'm home.
Come
get a bath, brush your stuff there. I can pick up your clothes. I can clean them. I can get them washed, and then come out here and have your food.
You're right. Yeah. She's right.
Okay, so you can't expect no better.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
So, you know what? We are going, listen, this conversation is just getting started. And we're not only talking about husbands, we're talking about men in general.
Yeah.
Habits no grown man should have. Listen, stay exactly where you are. Facebook audience, the boy, I can see exactly what you're saying. Can we come back? Facebook audience, stay exactly where you are. Share the video, and I want you to chime in as well. We're going to go to the news at 5. Don't go anywhere. The conversation comes back right after this.
Na, 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 na. If I was your man, girl, I'm so tired of games. I just wanna settle down. I swear to you, I've changed, baby. Why you bugging now? I know that I put you through hell, and you deserve to be with someone else. But I gotta be straight up, girl. I just wanna kiss and make up. Ooh, we done been through a lot of things. How do you throw that away? You were the heart of me. Can't believe you let it.
This is Radio Bahamas, 1540 AM.
When a hurricane watch or warning has been issued, it's extremely important to be prepared and know just what to do. Stay informed about the storm's path by listening to the radio or television for hurricane progress reports. Check emergency food and household supplies. Be sure you have extra batteries for your flashlights and radios. Bring in outdoor things like lawn furniture and garden tools. Anchor objects that cannot be brought inside. Secure buildings by closing and boarding up windows. Remove outside antennas and satellite dishes. Turn refrigerators and freezers.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
G&M Appliance.
Good afternoon, Bahamas. I'm Amajal Knowles with your ZNS News headlines at 5 p.m. A new Bahamas Power and Light Company board is expected to be announced tomorrow. Minister responsible for Bahamas Power and Light, Works Minister the Honorable Desmond Bannister, confirming to our news team this afternoon that the appointments of 5 out of the 6 board members will be announced in a statement tomorrow. This comes after the former board of Bahamas Power and Light were asked to submit their resignations this week. Former Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of the Gospel, and author Cynthia Mother Pratt making waves yet again on the international scene as she's set to have a life story penned in a lifestyle magazine called Alizé next month. Pratt, who is among the most influential women of all time, has been named a recipient of the 2018 Nelson Mandela Award. And things heating up in the Summer of Thunder, one of the Cinderellas from last year's NCAA tournament in action last night against a local squad in a game that certainly did not disappoint. Find out who won later in the Bahamas tonight. And that's a look at what's making headlines at this hour. For ZNS News, I'm Amajal Knowles.
G&M Appliances on Robinson Road has all your air conditioning needs this summer, like the Comfort Star 9000 and 12,000 BTU 13 SEER for just $3.99. Or how about the Comfort Star 18,000 BTU just $5.99? Or how about the Comfort Star 24,000 or 36,000 at the lowest prices possible? We also carry a large selection of air conditioning parts such as fans, compressors, filters, capacitors, or any part you may need. So, call today at 328-2083. We're located on Robinson Road.
When a hurricane watch or warning has been issued, it's extremely important to be prepared and know just what to do. Stay informed about the storm's path by listening to the radio or television for hurricane progress reports. Check emergency food and household supplies. Be sure you have extra batteries for your flashlights and radios. Bring in outdoor things like lawn furniture and garden tools. Anchor objects that cannot be brought inside. Secure buildings by closing and boarding up windows. Remove outside antennas and satellite dishes. Turn refrigerators and freezers to the coldest settings. Open only when absolutely necessary and close quickly. Purchase ice and store it in an ice chest. Keep drinking water in clean jugs and bottles. Clean your bathtub with bleach and fill it with water for washing and flushing, not for drinking, making sure to keep the bathroom door closed so small children cannot access the filled tub. Do not go out to videotape or take photos of the storm. Stay inside and take those pictures from where it's safe and dry. There's no harm in being overly cautious where a hurricane is concerned. It is truly better to be safe than sorry. This public service announcement has been brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the National Emergency Management Agency.
James Aubrey. Now that Bahamas residents can fly or cruise free to the family islands, what are your summer vacation plans?
I'm going to Abaco.
And there is no better time than now with the 2 Fly or Cruise Free promotion, where all residents of the Bahamas can fly or cruise free to the family islands from Nassau. Refresh, reconnect, and unwind in the family islands. For details, go to bahamasresidents.com and fly or cruise free to the family islands today.
Hey, have you heard? ZNS is everywhere you are when you download the new ZNS app. Whether you're on the move or just kicking back. Miss something on the news? It's there. Want to keep up with a live update? It's there. Or just want to listen to your favorite station? It's there too. Download the app now from the App Store and Google Play Store.
We play just like your kids. We text just like your kids. We learn. We even cook. We take selfies. We have hobbies. And we love sports. In every way, we are just like everyone else and enjoy the same things and live our lives every day, just like you do. So if you happen to meet us, treat us just like everyone else. Because at the end of the day, just like you. Living life with Down syndrome is simply living. To learn more about Down syndrome, call 727-2105. This message is brought to you by the Grand Bahama Down Syndrome Society.
You're watching the ZNS Network, the People's Station.
Hurting you, my hustle in the streets gave that for you too. Don't want nothing else in the way. I just wanna make sure that you stay. Baby, no more lies. I'm gonna do it right this time. Help me understand what I'm saying and getting through. Why I can't be a man when I give up the world for you? Girl, I do the best I can. Living forever, that's what I'll do.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Keishan. Welcome back to the conversation. Welcome back. Welcome back. Listen, today's show is brought to you by the Ministry of Finance, Almighty Computers, Miden's Wholesale, USA Flea Market, S&M Uniform, and GM Appliances. I'm going to tell you more about those companies and what they're offering in just a little bit around 5:30. So stay tuned for that, okay? We have two teachers here around the table. I'll tell you this. Between S&M Uniform and Miden's Wholesale, they got so much for back to school, and tell it ain't funny. At great savings, and so certainly you want to stay tuned and listen out for that. So welcome back to the conversation. Hello to my mom who is watching, and really cool. Hello to you, Miss Miller, Teresita, and I know Miss Smith watching, so hello to you, Miss Smith. Willamay, how you doing? So listen now. You're going to read a text right now,
yes.
A message from the live feed, Odaz.
Correct.
So here's Levon. And you know, all these Levons got issues. But anyways, when you see men like that, they need a woman or wife to keep them organized in that type of area. Kizzy, you heard that? The man say all Levons say all it needs is a woman, a wife to keep them organized in that area.
My thing is, if I tell you once, I don't need to tell you again, because then I dealing with a child next.
Kizzy,
you know,
Kizzy,
only a child. You gotta be telling things to a million times. If you doggone grown, I don't care what it is. I don't care how hard you work, honey. Put them clothes in the basket. Okay?
Lord. Kizzy, you rough?
Yes, and you want husband?
Girl, Shenique, I'm at the point where I don't care.
Ooh.
I'm really at that point. Seriously, I'm at the point where I don't care.
Give and take.
You know,
I don't think
you gotta give a little. You know?
No, but you know, I can't give if you every day. This is a constant problem to me. I'm a very clean.
I can't take all that.
The reason why I could say this, guys, is because I'm a very clean person. I have a serious problem with dirt. I can't even sleep in my bed if I see if I could think my shoes ain't fixed right in that closet.
You can't sleep.
Getting up to fix it. That's my thing.
Where it's 2 a.m. in the morning or whatever.
So you coming in the house every day and dropping your clothes down for me to, and I gotta bend down to pick them up, bend down to pick, like I'm exercising. Trying to
let me try to help Kizzy work out.
Honey, the devil and told 65 lies. I ain't no maid, honey.
65?
Listen to me. I just clean the whole house. The least you could do is put your clothes in the basket.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't see nothing.
Because he had a long day, Lord.
I ain't care if you had a long day. I had a long day too. And then I gotta prepare for you later. So come on.
If you want me, to be turned on for you,
child, you better keep my house clean.
Then do what you gotta
I
do.
ain't got no time.
Do what you gotta do. Miranda says she right with you because she too is OCD. I have to make up the bed just to lay in it. Absolutely. So Vanessa says, I agree with Kizzy. You should not have to repeat the same nasty thing. Just share nastiness. And listen, Levin says, I was just going to say, Kizzy's a rough woman, eh?
So here's the thing, right? This is what I believe. So I think you should start as you mean to go on. So there's no man that's going to be fooled as to Kizzy's position. So what she's not doing is picking up his stuff. Okay, that's okay, babes. And then a year later, she's like, listen, what you ain't gonna do? You see what I'm saying? So I think
because obviously you gonna buy new clothes every day. Oh, that's what is Monique from in Chicago saying?
Let me read her comment. Yes, start as you mean to go on. You know. So Monique says, my mom catered to my dad, waited on him hand and foot. I promised myself never, and thank God my husband of 28 years is not that type of man. The Bahamian mentality for some men is for their wives to cater to them. Those men were never for me. My husband married a strong, independent woman, and we raised our daughter the same way. Both my husband and I work, so therefore equal chores. I expect him to clean up after himself and not wait on me to cook. He tries to clean up to my expectation, but no man should expect his wife to wait on him hand and foot or to clean up after him.
Exactly.
That's Monique from Facebook.
That's just true.
Yes, absolutely. During the 5 o'clock news update, we had a call come in and the lady said, listen, I don't want to say this on air, but Shenique, no grown man should be sending pictures of their ashy situation to nobody.
No. Unmoisturized.
No, but where man get that from?
Moisturized.
How you could, first of all, put some lotion on it. Number one. Number two.
You know why? Because he's a legend in his own mind. He thinks that thing down there is so powerful that he just got to share it with the world.
No, but what it is, men are visual, so they feel as if women are visual too. So they think that they're doing something great. Yeah. They're like, hey, because they don't realize that, or they do realize, but they just think that it's like a proper introduction. I don't know. I never understood it. It's very strange.
Woman, it's
a turn on.
It's a
turn on to any woman.
If that is an introduction, that can always be the only introduction you ever get.
Yeah, because you get blocked.
He ain't got nothing else off
see, unmoisturized. Yeah, unmoisturized.
Just locking in so many ways. You know, but that's what men do. Inga, you all know. Monique, like, you know, Ashi, real Ashi. That's exactly what it is. You know what I mean? These and Charles could tell them different. You got to try calling my first guest who was here at the top of the show. Because, boy, I tell you. So, Cherie, from a married woman, before we get to the single ladies, any other thing that a married woman, pet peeve, she has with what no grown man should be doing at this point?
Well, I think hygiene is important. You know, there are some men, you know, they've been brought up, like, if they going out to work or whatever, if they just getting up and they going, they're not really brushing their teeth, they ain't washing their feet, they just got to get up and go. And there are a lot of men who go out there like that.
I hate it.
All right? Now, my husband don't. All right? But there are men who do, because you go and you see some of them and you meet some of them. Now, how would you like if I got up, just throw on, I mean, you kept on the silk cap, because that's what they say we was wearing, right? The silk cap.
Oh, the silk bonnet?
Yeah, the satin cap. And you go out to the food store with your teeth in, brush your hat, right? And everything just dragging off, and you have on this old mashup t-shirt. How does that look? No. Hygiene is important.
Very important.
And also, when you go out in the evening, please wash your butt crack.
Jesus.
What? Because that has a scent.
That's a whole different level.
Yes, level. But you see, hygiene is important.
Yeah. And you know something,
you can
Shenique, she's
smell.
absolutely right.
Because some people, when you pass them,
yes.
Just like you can smell a woman if she is not properly
clean.
Okay?
Wow.
So hygiene important.
Shenique, let me tell you something. And this goes for men and women. A lot of people don't realize that their breath is horrible. You know, you wake up in the morning, you getting ready, I mean, how do you not know?
But
you understand me?
A big problem too for men, they don't like to take keep proper attention to their health.
Yeah.
They don't like to go to the doctor to get checkup. Like come on, these are things that you have to do. So your dentistry is one of the first things you need to be doing. Some of them, they don't like to go to the dentist.
Yeah.
They are afraid. I'm like, why are you afraid to go to the dentist? This is one of the...
People had that phobia from day one.
Yeah. But see, that is where, as parents, you also have to train your children from a young age. Take them
So
to...
Miranda says men should not, at their grown stages, be leaving toothpaste in the bathroom sink.
Lord Jesus.
She said, also, clean your nose. Cut your nose hairs. Shave your nose hairs.
And if they have a beard,
hairs in the sink either.
Wash the beard.
Okay.
Wow. And do not piss
wash the beard. Why? But why all that beard? Where that come from all of a sudden?
How's about
it's
that
hot.
one, Shenique? Men, listen on the toilet, see? I mean, like, you lift that up. And when you lift that up, all you meet is about a cake full of with old, rotten, nasty thing you ain't clean for days and whatever.
Okay, so what kind of mind you been?
No, I'm just saying.
She's speaking in general.
I'm being free. Let me tell you something. I have a nephew, and I just get on him because
you're going
to be a man one day, okay? And I don't want you to stress out another. I just don't want you to be a problem to a woman, you know? Get yourself together. No one should be having to pick up after you all the time. Him and my mom have an argument every day. Okay? And he's 18 now. And I am really afraid that he's not ready for life. Because he's nasty. You understand me? And so this is an issue. This is an issue.
And that's why teaching your boys how to be young men is very important. You can't just leave them out there and just, they can catch on. And you know, another thing that I can't stand to see grown men doing, with this pants just down below, and you can see the
sagging pants?
Yeah, the sagging pants.
Goodness.
And jockey? No, it ain't down to, it ain't
what is that thing called again? They're
you can see their butt crack.
Or the other thing that they wear. What do they wear again? Not the boxers.
Boxers?
Yeah. It's not a good look.
I saw a grown man the other day, and I was like, wait, hold on. He's a plumber or something. Hey, his pants, he must have lost weight. This was a grown man and not wearing a belt. Like, seriously?
Also, another message that came in, Keishan saying, no grown man should, if you're going to grow that big forest around here, you should not have it, you should groom it. How do you groom that? I don't even know. But you should groom it.
Weed
also trim that's what's necessary. A lawnmower, like here, just cut it. But also, she says the hair in your ears, trim those. Trim it or let the barber trim it while he's there.
And that's probably why he can't hear you. No, I'm serious. Because you got all that hair, and then on top of that you got wax. So you need to get so you could be able to hear. Don't put them clothes on the ground when you walk in every Jesus Christ day. I mean, I'm just
the sagging pants. No.
For real,
Monique says, Monique said in Chicago she got to step it up 10 times more. She said her daughter was taught from an early age to never date a man who wears a pants that sags.
Yep.
No, ma'am. Yep. Absolutely. Miranda, you need to come for Kizzy up in here, girl. Seriously. And so today the ladies are having their turn. the ladies are having their turn. And last week the men talked about, what no habits that a grown woman should have at this point. And so the ladies are saying the same thing. Okay, well today here's our clapback. Habits that no grown man should have at this point. And so we are going through it. I see Levin messaging I'm feverishly. I know listen, if he could have been here to answer y'all, been here to answer you all, then that would have been good. Now, the married lady says no grown man should put the toilet seat down. How about that? Is that an issue?
Well, not for me. My toilet seat, because my husband we have daughters. We have 2 daughters, and so we started with the daughters, so he is used to that. He puts his toilet seat down. So, but that is an issue for some men. Okay, sometimes I go to the house, a friend's house, and it's always up, and I'm like, okay, I understand you have boys, but teach them that from early. You fall them in the toilet.
Absolutely. And so listen, we've heard now the married ladies. Now ladies, single ladies, what are the habits that no grown man should have from a single woman's perspective?
A grown man should not have to ask his mother's permission or in any decision making that he has to do with another woman.
What?
Because if me and you together, I don't need you to call your mommy and ask your mommy if you could change the color on this door.
Oh my
You should be able to make that decision for yourself. If you have to ask your mommy if you could change your bank account, if you should move from RBC to Commonwealth Bank, you don't need to ask your mommy that.
Now the thing about it is though, isn't that the issue of mama's boys that so many women have issues with to begin with?
That's all.
Oh my goodness.
First of all, no grown man should be living in their house if you're over a
Agreed.
certain age.
I agree.
Agreed.
Okay, you should have your
1,000%.
own place to stay.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So maybe mom is a big part of it, and that's with marriages as well. If you are married, you should not be, well, you could seek the advice of a parent or whatever, but don't get them involved into your affairs. All right? So that's a big thing as well, because some in-laws are heavily involved within the married couple situation, and that should not be so.
No, it should not be so.
Now, listen, another point, another habit.
Another habit is vices. Excessive gambling, drinking, Because when that catches up, that's why you would see when a lot of the men of a certain age, they have all of these ailments, right? And they would have spent their youth, a lot of them, just running around.
Now are burdens to the women in their lives.
Yes. Yeah. So, not taking proper care of themselves by indulging in all these vices. You really shouldn't be at the bar drinking constantly year after year after year. Every Friday, that's going to catch up with you. In the form of diabetes, your liver may fail, obesity, is all these other issues. So I think that's a habit that has to stop. Indulging in vices as a grown man.
Right, because it's something that local men in particular, feel as though they just have to indulge in. And they need that night with the boys. Also, no grown man should have a night with the boys. What the dickens is this night with the boys? Why you gotta be going out on the streets like you single and a little boy? You are a grown man. Raise the level.
See the comment there? That's exactly impotent and sick and want to be a nuisance.
No, very, very true. Miranda. Now they're impotent and sick and want to be a nuisance to the women in their lives.
Correct.
See, and not only that, when you're a certain age, and we all have the different ages that we are more mature, we kind of come to our senses. But when you become a certain age, you should have your priorities set right. Okay, there are a lot of men, like you said, they have made mistakes in the past, but if you know you had a problem with alcohol, you need to cut back. If you know the boys that you are hanging out with are getting you into problems and it's wasting your money, you're not able to have a place to even lay your head or able to get a home, you need to cut that out. So at some point in time, you need to come to your senses and say, you know what? I have to get my life in order, okay? Because even if I don't want to be with somebody, I need to have something of my own, all right? And to be stable about it and to take care of my body the way that it should be taken
care of, exactly.
But a lot of these men, they run around out there loose and wild. And you know what I can't stand either, Shenique? You have some gray-haired old men out there with the earring in their ear, and they acting like they too. Come on.
No grown man.
And they can't come. Hey, how you doing?
Yes. No grown man should act as though he is just lost, man. I mean, there has to come a time in life where you sober up and act like a man. Speak like a man, present yourself like a man, dress like a man, look like a man. Nobody want no doggone 50-year-old idiot who just, still trying to find his way.
And can't articulate himself.
That's a habit. And dread and so. And to hear a grown man say dread.
Cannot speak, cannot string sentences together. It's a problem. Communication is it's literally impossible.
No, but then they still won't come to you though. And what you saying? What you saying?
Oh, sweet girl.
Oh,
and I just want the listening audience to just be a little bit patient with me, right? For me personally, I just don't have that kind of energy to raise a man. It is so sad, and that's why I admonish women out there that have little boys to please, let's just have a new generation of men. When they grow up, they can do it better. Because I'm telling you, a lot of these people, some of them may have been taught but don't apply. And then you have some would never learned, and now they're being a menace to society in your life. Okay? And so for me personally, I don't have the patience. I don't have the time to raise a man. I feel like you need to know. You know right from wrong. Come on now.
Yeah, they do.
I don't need to be telling you this every Jesus Christ day of your life. You need to stop doing this. You need to stop. And ladies, when you meet a man who drinks a lot, who gambles a lot, if you have a problem with that, your love making or whatever you feel like you got there what could hold him, that ain't going to change that. He have a problem. And that's a deep-rooted issue that he needs to deal with. You can't make him. You can't even change him. He needs to go and get some help. So you go on top of that or whatever, and you marry him, and then all of a sudden you getting upset because he just got this gambling problem, drinking. You knew that, but you choose to take it to the next level.
Absolutely. Let's go to the phone lines. Larry, thank you so much for holding. Welcome to the conversation.
Yes, I love to watch the conversation every afternoon. I love your topics, and I'm listening to what you're saying, but a man is just a man. And a man gonna do what a man gonna do. But the women have to choose the type of man they want.
Yes,
the man
true.
can do whatever he wants. I mean, if he want to go long hair nose, hair in his nose or hair in his ears, he gonna do that. But the woman have to choose. if that's what they want.
Yes.
You can't you can't just get a man and groom him to what you want to be. You got to accept the man for what he is, or get the type of man that you want.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for the conversation.
Thank you, Larry, and thanks for tuning in today, and thank you so much for taking the time to call as well. Hi, Mandel. Thank you very much for holding. Welcome to the conversation.
Shenique, this is one of the most power-packed, truth-filled conversations that I have ever heard, the lady.
This voice sounds a little familiar.
Yes, just slightly.
Hey,
Mandel, the ladies are ready and on it today.
Shenique, I tip my hat to Cherie, you all. I'm talking about right down to the grooming, to y'all hit like every facet of a man's life, man. I hope that men are open to it and I'm able to just really accept some of the things that you women are saying.
Mm-hmm.
And the main reason I hope that men are open to it is because we want women to be open to some of the things that we have to say, not just take them as excuses.
Yeah, because you all said it last week. And so the thing is, it's like, okay.
Y'all hitting, I just smile and so many different avenues y'all hitting it on. Y'all amazing to see.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all honest. Now, the gentleman who just said about he believes that you should you should accept that man the way he is and so forth. I tend to probably believe, me personally believe, that we should have compromise. And it should be to a degree where we're willing to prune ourselves and mold ourselves and intertwine ourselves interconnectedly with one another in a way that helps to create a harmony and a bliss. Yes, there will be trials. Yes, there will be problems. But it's supposed to be getting back to that harmony and that bliss. And that comes with compromise, great compromise. Husbands, would you lay down your life and die for your wife? And that means more so to your flesh, to your smoking, to your drinking, to whatever your deep-rooted issue is. Will you allow your God and your Christ and your King to deal with those issues for that woman?
Let me tell you something, Kizzy. Kizzy, Mandel sound like the man you could be with here. Mandel on radio sound like the perfect man.
Listen,
now,
on radio.
I don't know who Mandel is in real life. I know,
right?
I believe in real life. No, in real life, Mandel may have issues, but in radio, Mandel is the perfect man.
Listen, Mandel is something going,
Mandel is one of the men panelists that I like them, even though I like Carlos Reed and them, right?
Yeah.
But I love listening to Mandel because Mandel makes a lot of sense. I won't tell you.
No, Mandel does. I am telling you, Mandel makes a ton of sense. No, that's why I'm trying to say, when Mandel spits them lyrics out, you will want to run around here to ZNS to see who this is. Now, in real life, I don't know. Mandel, you there?
Yes, I'm still here. And it's just, you call it lyrics or so forth, but it's true. When truth meets truth, and that's truth is within all of us. When truth meets truth, it has an effect to us, whether we like it, know it or not.
Yes. Dangerous. Yes, Mandel.
I've had a lot of experience, and I read a lot, I study a lot. And so the reality of a perfect man or the perfect relationship is two imperfect people understanding and accepting that and just working with one another. And then you got the perfect situation, relationship, friendship, or whatever you got going on.
Yes.
It's just understanding and compromise.
I agree, Mandel, and you're very, very right. Listen, going to as we go to the break at 5:30, I'd like for you, even though this is the Women's Day, but tell us, Mandel, one thing that no habit that no grown woman should have.
I want to hit it right at the belly, and this one, I intentionally want to make this one really, really bad. I hear a lot of women talk how men need to groom their private areas.
Hello? Yeah, what you say, Mandel?
I hear a lot of women talk about how they would love for their men to groom their private areas.
And so what about it?
It's hygiene again.
Yes.
For a man to be at that point where he's grooming himself, he's really taking care of other aspects of himself also.
Yes. Yeah, man.
So, hygiene is a major one, and I intentionally use that to symbolize it and just bring it even closer home to men.
Yes.
We got to take real good care of ourselves.
Don't figure it's an issue. You're saying, Mandel, for men not to think there's a big issue with you taking good care of yourself. And somebody said, I forgot the person, actually earlier, I think it was Nina in the first segment of the show, talked about self-care. Self-care is important in every aspect.
Yes. And one of the other critical ones I even heard the ladies mention is how as men, we tend to be real lackadaisical and about our health. You know, it's like we got this thing, we got blessed insurance, and so the good Lord can take care of that. Something got to care. When really and truly that's a destruction to our family, because when we're no longer there in place as the man to lead and guide our family, then what happens? So as men, we even have to take better care of ourselves, and that's one of the most important ones I heard the ladies bring up.
Yes, absolutely.
So that validated your conversation for me. To realize that you ladies are truly, truly looking into our lives as men.
Yes.
And seeing where there are critical areas that we really need to pay attention to. And nothing like having a mate that's willing to work with you and speak to the king and not the broken man.
Yes. Mandel, please go on the live feed. Go on the live feed, Mandel. There's a message there for you. Thank you so much for calling in today. And I will see you tentatively perhaps tomorrow on the show. Thank you so much. Thank you, Keishan. Listen, so when we come back, we have tons of messages to get to on Facebook. Sandy, I see your message. I see, of course, hello to you, Portia. Portia says, when a man drinks, it comes through their pores and smells horrible. Hey, Timberland Thompson, thank you so much for tuning in today, and thank you so much. Everybody just loves my hair. She says, hello to Betsy Patrice for me, please. Yeah, that was at the top of the show today. Big hello to you, Portia. Portia's in Latana, Florida, watching as well. So she's on the live feed as well. Everybody stay exactly where you are. The conversation comes back right after this.
When a hurricane watch or warning has been issued, it's extremely important to be prepared and know just what to do. Stay informed about the storm's path by listening to the radio or television for hurricane progress reports. Check emergency food and household supplies. Be sure you have extra batteries for your flashlights and radios. Bring in outdoor things like lawn furniture and garden tools. Anchor objects that cannot be brought inside. Secure buildings by closing and boarding up windows. Remove outside antennas and satellite dishes. Turn refrigerators and freezers to the coldest settings. Open only when absolutely necessary and close quickly. Purchase ice and store it in an ice chest. Keep drinking water in clean jugs and bottles. Clean your bathtub with bleach and fill it with water for washing and flushing, not for drinking, making sure to keep the bathroom door closed so small children cannot access the filled tub. Do not go out to videotape or take photos of the storm. Stay inside and take those pictures from where it's safe and dry. There's no harm in being overly cautious where a hurricane is concerned. It is truly better to be safe than sorry. This public service announcement has been brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the National Emergency Management Agency.
Now you can watch the ZNS network of channels absolutely free. That's right, ZNS is now broadcasting 3 separate channels, free to air on Channel 13. One channel has the regular ZNS TV HD programming. One is the Parliamentary channel, and one is the 24/7 television community page. These channels may be accessed simply by attaching either a rabbit ears antenna or an indoor amplified antenna to the RF input connector on the back of your digital television or flat screen TV. Once the antenna is connected, select TV mode and choose Auto Scan, and your TV will automatically pick up Channel 13 at no charge. Once you're on Channel 13, just use the channel selector to go to each of the 3 ZNS free channels. Antennas are available on many sites online. Free TV, ZNS brings it back to you.
I do have children, I do, and a wife, and it's kind of cool. You know, I see them like every day. you know, because they got to come downstairs. So
the best part about being married is single people. Single people always got to let you know how single they is. They can't just be single. Single people got to stop everything. Let me tell you something. I am single. I come and go as I please. I got to call nobody. I got to check in. This is my house, my car. I am single.
Out of nowhere, right? You get them father-son moments. It's all powerful. You feel like, my son looks, he's only 4. Right. Looked at me, he said, Dad, I want to be a doctor. Yes. 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 Right? Then he said, or a dinosaur.
Coming to you from Hollywood, almost live. It's Comics Unleashed. Hot Chocolate with your host, Byron Allen.
1540 AM, 104.5 FM plays all the Bahamian hits. All the hits, one station. The Bahamas is moving to the music. Music that makes you feel good.
The scent of your skin is intoxicating.
Home of the #1 Bahamian music beat, 1540 AM, 104.5 FM, the People Station.
The Saffir-Simpson Hurricane Wind Scale was developed in 1971 by civil engineer Herbert Saffir and meteorologist Robert Simpson, who was the director of the U.S. National Hurricane Center. It was introduced to the public in 1973 and began to be widely used a year later. Inspired by the Richter scale that measures earthquakes, the Saffir-Simpson scale was divided into 5 categories. Originally, the Saffir-Simpson scale also included predicted barometric pressures associated with the various wind speeds, as well as the relative kinds of damage that could be anticipated. However, because those predictions were found to be very inaccurate, just a few years ago, the warning system was changed to include only the wind speeds, which were also adjusted upwards in the higher categories. A Category 1 hurricane has wind speeds between 74 and 95 miles per hour. A Category 2, 96 to 110 miles per hour. A Cat 3, 111 to 129 miles per hour. A Cat 4, 130 to 156 miles per hour. And a Category 5 hurricane will have winds from 157 miles per hour and up. This public service announcement has been brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the National Emergency Agency.
The views and opinions expressed on this show or program are not a reflection of the Bahamas Radio Network and, as an extension, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Welcome back to The Conversation. Today's show brought to you by the Ministry of Finance, Almighty Computers, Maiden's Wholesale. Let me tell you about Maiden's Wholesale. It is your back-to-school headquarters for all of the school, just everything school that you need. Get this. The white men's t-shirt, they have that, 3 in the pack. The long knee-high socks for girls, they have those in stock, fully stocked sports socks. Boys nylon socks for as long as you want. Really, really super savings. The Oxford geometry sets, backpack and totes, girls singlets, you know, the wife beaters, how they call it, but just nice, cool undershirt to put under those school uniforms. Also, they have boys and girls school uniform shirts. They have the Mead composition books. Big savings. Papermate pens, pencils, and also, here's what you could do at Maiden's. You can transfer your money and pay your bills as well. So Maiden's Wholesale, located on Robinson Road. The number there is 601-3305, 601-3305, or 326-7449, 326-7449. Maiden's Wholesale is also located on East Street South. The numbers there, 676-4435, 676-4435, or 325-4434, 325-4434. And get this, hey, people in Eleuthera, Maiden's Wholesale is located in Lower Bogue, North Eleuthera. The numbers there, 335-2087, 335-2087, or 699-5087, 699-5087. Maiden's Wholesale, making it happen for you, and just, really, really just kind of putting smiles on the faces of parents and guardians and whomever has a kid or kids that they're getting ready for school. Make sure it happen. They have pantyhose, all kind of stuff. Big savings throughout the aisles of the store, and also when you get to the cash register, additional savings. Don't forget, Almighty Computers is your computer headquarters. Have great computers in stock for you. Market Street and East Street South, providing mega sales each day. They also have DVD days. Some days, on those days, DVDs are just $1. We also being brought to you today by USA Flea Market. USA Flea Market located, and get this, hundreds of stores, hundreds under one roof. Northwest 79th Street and 30th Avenue. USA Flea Market. We also being brought to you today by S&M Uniform. You remember S&M Uniform, formerly the Uniform Center. S&M Uniform is on Marshall Road and providing, get this for this back to school season, y'all, 50% off on the following uniforms for the following schools: C.I. Gibson, C.L. Walker, D.W. Davis, H.O. Nash, Gerald Cash. Get this. S&M Uniform is also making it much easier for residents in the areas of Carmichael Road, Marshall Road North and South, Faith Avenue, and Pinewood Gardens. You all get an additional 10% off for schools. Get that additional 10% off for schools at Anatole Rogers, Prince Wills, C.V. Bethel, S.C. McPherson, Bahamas Academy, Sadie Curtis, Cleveland, Aeneas. Okay? 10% additional, just major savings. Get it, right? So give them a call right now, 361-0126, 361-0126. A big hello to GM Appliance. GM Appliance has great specials going on throughout these summer months. The biggest specials are on the ductless units, starting as low as $399. That's right. Get your home nice and clean. Nice and cool. It's really super. The phone number there, 328-2083, 328-2083. Thank you all for coming on board the conversation, for supporting the show, and really super. When you move about this week and this weekend into next week and the next week and a half or so and 2 weeks as you prepare for school, you all know exactly where to go. Okay, so yeah, welcome back to the conversation. We have tons. Come on, Odaz, you got to get to some of these. We have tons of comments to get to.
Where do you want me to start?
Start at, let's just see. There's somebody, Miranda, Sandy's comment. In fact, Miranda says, Miranda's agreeing with Mandel. So, yeah, she's right. Keep the landscape clean, man. Shoots. It's, forestry. Go to Sandy.
All right. So Sandy says, when I was a child, I spake as a child, but now I became a man. I put away childish things. Shenique, some men believe they were created to water the plants anywhere in public. Tell these men to stop peeing in public and have some Bahamian pride. Every place you walk smells rank and it's plain nasty.
Listen,
so then that is a habit.
Man who does that.
Man, wait a minute. You mean grown men?
Oh yes.
In public, you'll be passing.
Yeah, you'll be passing. One of these days.
Yeah. In public.
Trust me, one of these days.
They're passing. You're passing in the car and you look over and you see somebody just zipping open their pants. I mean, you just see the back of them. You're like, well, what's going on?
I mean, like,
daughters in the car, children in the car, and they're peeing away.
But you know what's going to happen one day?
Well, somebody
that piss is going to light a fire. That piss is going to light a fire.
I was waiting on that.
He's going to be just doing that, and that thing is just going to burn up. Guys, stop doing it in public. Okay? The sun is about to burn your thing, so stop it.
No, someone going to jump on the bush. Stop.
Just
stop it. Let's go to the phone lines. Willis Nixon, thank you for holding. Welcome to the conversation.
Good evening. How are you, Mrs. Guest?
Hello, Willis. We're great, thank you.
I noticed you have two of the ladies here, Miss Newton and Miss Beneby. Your last show with them. I wanted to make a comment. Today I have a chance to do that. They were making statements relative to men, grown men. There are things that I think, I should mention. Grown men ought to learn from from a toddler, trained by their mother, what should be done. and how it should be done. So leaving clothes on the floor and all that, that's no. But yeah, I have a problem with grown women. And that
Last week was grown women.
Go
right ahead.
This goes for men and women. Their private area should be shaven as often as possible.
So you were saying that men and women should go for, whether they wax, whether they shave, whatever, but keep yourself neatly groomed.
Neatly groomed, because especially this time of the year.
My God. You sound like you speaking with a passion that says enough is enough.
Well, I'll give you the reason. I have had the opportunity to visit the Playboys Club. And I have my card to show you.
Okay.
Where I spent 4 days with Hitler and the girls. So I know what goes on, or what should go on. So I speak with authority in this case.
Man, you can't come and compare these Bahamian women to no Playboy Club now. No, you're wrong. Willis, you're wrong for that.
Based on Miss Bellamy and
And Kizzy.
I thought they were coming closer to that area.
No, they did come. They came very close. How much closer to that area you want them to get on this radio? on this PG show? Monique, you hear that, Monique?
I totally believe in women keeping down there, groomed properly. I don't. Me personally, I don't like hair at all. Okay, because the heat and that don't go together as one. And a lot of times too, women. And we're talking about hygiene. If you know you sweat down there a lot, you need panty shield. You need proper panty shield. And we ain't talking about nothing thin. We're talking about something strong what could keep that juice in control so that you don't be funky to yourself or to someone else. Because trust me when I tell you, I have come in the company of some women that I could smell their body.
You know what they need? You know what they need?
Now hold on, now let's anyway. Let how? Let me. You know what?
Yes.
No, I'll say.
No, because Shenique, listen. Seriously speaking, because you have an odor. You may not be able to smell yourself, but you sit on the side of someone else and they could smell you. You have to make sure, and you got to throughout the day change that. You can't be wearing that thing from 9 to 10. Excuse me. You got to have something. You got to change. It's about hygiene. I think this is something too they need to teach in the schools.
I think they do. No, teachers.
I'm not too sure if they really have a real serious hygiene class. But you should be able to have that class where you teach men and teach the boys and the girls how to carry themselves properly.
Yeah, this isn't the women's show, but if women are having issues with odor all day, a lot of times they have an imbalance. Even though this isn't that show, they need probiotics. Write it down. Probiotics.
And that same chlorophyll.
Water. Chlorophyll. Because that's not normal to have to, and also, like Inga says in the comment, pay a visit to the gynecologist because that's actually not normal.
And wash properly.
And wash properly. Every day. And don't skip a day.
Miss Sims, thank you very much for holding. Welcome to the conversation. Thank you, Willis. Hi, Miss Sims.
Hi. Good evening to everyone.
Good evening.
Evening.
One of the biggest issues that I see in relationships with men is that, in most cases, by nature, most women put in a lot of effort. We give our all, we do a lot, and you don't see it being reciprocated from men. And that is a huge problem. And when you talk to them about it, it's a big issue. And when they say they'll do it for a little while, but they go right back to their old ways. And they don't treat you as a priority. Like everything else comes before you, their job, their family, friends, and everyone else. But one day last week, I saw a show. I don't know if you're familiar with the show Sister Circle Live.
No.
And they had an interesting show with a man who was on the panel, and he addressed the situation perfectly. and he hit the nail on the head, and I'll read what he said. There's a huge difference between a grown male and a man. Every man that you meet is a male, but not every male that you meet is a man. So the man that you meet is about him being conscious about knowing that he has been sent here to be a servant leader. So as a woman, a woman comes first. A man will show you who he is based on what he does. And he used an example. Say when he comes into the room, he asks, "Sister, do you need that?" "No, I got that for you." A man walks into the room looking to serve himself first. So basically he's saying, so a man looks to be of service.
Yes.
But a grown male looks to serve himself first.
So,
and I think he explained that perfectly. He hit the nail on the head.
So we all seek men, eh?
Yes.
Real men.
Yes.
Who are going to prioritize us
Yes.
and put us first, put our needs first.
Yes.
And, I thank you very, very much.
That is very
yes,
true.
absolutely. I thank you so much for calling and sharing that with us. I think she left, huh? Okay, yeah, I thank her so much for calling and sharing that with us. Really, really awesome. Mandel is totally enjoying today's show. Portia, who is a teacher, said yes, she does pull her girls aside and talks with them individually.
She does. My sister
and
does.
she
She
shares
does.
with them. Yes, absolutely.
She
We're
does.
going to get to more of your comments right after the break. Stay close.
No matter what I do, all I think about is you. Even when I'm with my boo, you know I'm crazy over you. No matter what I
Miden's Wholesale East Street South is where you'll find wholesale school supplies at the lowest wholesale prices, featuring safari leather look backpacks at unbelievably low prices.
The Atlantic hurricane season runs from June 1st through November 30th. When a hurricane alert is issued for your area, which indicates the possibility that you could experience hurricane conditions within 60 hours, you should begin the initial stages of preparation for the storm. When the storm is 48 hours away, a hurricane watch is issued. Once a watch is issued, be sure to get updates from the Met Office via television and radio. Get your battery-powered radio ready. Keep your emergency supply kit, blankets, and sleeping bags handy, and your children and pets indoors. Be sure you have extra cash and that your car has a full tank of gas. Fill all prescriptions. A hurricane warning means that a storm with winds of 74 miles per hour or more is 36 hours away. At this point, secure all windows with shutters and plywood. Place your valuables and records in waterproof containers and store them on the highest floor of your home or in the safest area. This public service announcement has been brought to you by the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in conjunction with the National Emergency Management Agency.
listen. He got hold of it, never grew. For his life, he can't tell the truth.
Just getting a video in there for the Facebook audience. Welcome back to the conversation, guys. Odaz, see if you could pull up the comments from. I know we started with. I think it was Kay.
Yes, I think that was the last one. Wow, these comments coming in so quickly.
So quickly.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, we finished with Sandy. Okay. Yeah, wow. Okay, so Inga says, yeah, we talked about that. Portia says, yes, you are the last person to smell yourself. Monique says there are way too many chemicals on the market for male and female hygiene. And Mandel says, yes, people need to shave. Inga says no one should be smelling too much. Hygiene products are out there to stay fresh. And Portia says, yes, I do. I had to pull one of my girls to the side and talk to her. And then Mandel says, best show ever. He laying it on thick. Cornelia says, any woman who can't smell herself then she has a problem, and Mandel says, the show,
Stephanie is enjoying. Stephanie says, you are the best. Thank you so much, Stephanie. And Keyshawn, another kudos to you. Mandel says Keyshawn is the plug.
She is though.
Listen, ladies, super show today as usual. I think we at the end of today's show. What Levin said, I know he made some great comments as well.
Levin says, no, y'all ladies say a grown man should know these things, but what if he doesn't know these things? What will y'all do? Well, I'll just say quickly, I think the women are really willing to guide the men, and I also think that priority as women should be placed on the man's moral fiber and his, passion and his drive, in terms of all of the other areas, and those things would become more minimal. But if those areas are lacking, then it's going to be a big priority for you to pick up, your clothes off the floor. But if it isn't, I think women will be a lot more likely to help.
When you are covering the bases in other areas, a woman is willing to say
she's kinder and sweeter and nicer.
Absolutely, and allow her to be that. Today's show brought to you by Ministry of Finance, Almighty Computers, Miden's Wholesale, USA Flea Market, S&M Uniform, GM Appliances. Thank you so much, Facebook audience, to all tuning in. I know we had Florida and Chicago in the house today. Big thank you everybody here in Nassau who watched and listened and commented. You all, thank you so much. Super who called in as well. Odaz, Aldika, Cherie, and Kizzy, thank you all so much as well. Stay exactly where you are. And Keyshawn, the lady who everybody say, Keyshawn, play this.
Yes,
I'll do
Keyshawn,
it.
we love you, girl.
I'll get it. Keyshawn, as Mandel says, you the plug.
Yeah. Thank you all. It was good sitting in today.
Yes, it was so good.
It was a great show. It was a great show. And I hope a lot of guys who were listening, listen, take note, guys.
And take notes, from husbands to single guys dating in relationships and those who aspire. Take notes.
And I also want to say I'm proud of you ladies because the guys usually
they go hard,
they go hard, but
somebody
today
on the live feed, but y'all sit down and follow.
Have a seat. So kudos to you ladies.
Yes, no, the ladies were really good.
All constructive criticism.
Yeah, no, child. They don't nothing constructive when it comes to you. Stay exactly where you are. The news at 6 is straight ahead.
The views and opinions expressed on this show or program are not a reflection of the Bahamas Radio Network and, as an extension, the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas.
Everybody, are you on TV? Look, are you on TV? Mom, guess what it is? That's me. Bartender, do you see me? Are you on television? I gotta tell my girlfriend I'm on television.